Hey guys, what's up? What is going on out there today? Hey, Brent Abel here at webtennis.com with another episode of the Tennis Mindset Project. Really hope you're having a great day so far, wherever you are. And a short, little tough love message today about a reality check, which says that you're just not obsessed enough, dot, dot, dot. And really what that means is a lot of players out there talk a pretty big game in terms about, I want to be able to do this. I want to be able to win this. I want to be able at some point to play at a certain level. And that's all great. Look, I love having goals, but you have to be, I don't know, maybe, I don't know what the definition is of this, but you got to be obsessed with getting that thing that you want. So obsessed that you will do all the hard, dirty stuff that it takes to be able to get whatever it is, that thing that you want. I don't care if it's a ranking or if it's a result or just to try to get a certain rating label, whatever it is. But if you just kind of come up with that goal and you kind of dabble with it and maybe in the back of your mind going, well, I'm going to put in a lot of hard work. Unfortunately, the hard work that a lot of players put in is just what they're comfortable doing, right? Maybe they just love hitting cross-court groundies all day long and they do it a lot and they sweat and they get a good gusher going out in the court hitting a lot of great ground strokes cross court. But that's not really what they need to work on, right? It might be that they need to be working on the return to serve, right? It might be that they need to be chipping and charging on a second serve, return to serve. It might mean that they need to be up in their fitness in a way that's really, really specific for tennis, other than just getting in the gym and lifting so that you look good. That's not doing the hard work. That's not doing the hard work for the goal that you say that you want to achieve. And so if you're not willing to put in I talk about hard work in terms of that stuff that you just don't want to do, right? Maybe it's doing the sprints. Maybe it's getting out there with a bag of balls because you need to work more on your slice backhand. And and rather than having a practice partner, just self-feeding a one bounce and then working on improving the technique on your underspin slice backhand drive. Is that any fun? Not really, right? Do you get a no? So, but those are the kinds of things where it's not much fun. You're back on court 10. No one can see you out there. It's hot. It's in the afternoon. The court's wide open, right? All right, you take your phone out there. You turn some music on your phone and you get to work. But you do the stuff that isn't very glamorous. You do the stuff that you probably don't want to do, but you're so obsessed. You're so stinking obsessed with getting that result that you want, achieving that goal, that you realize that if you don't do the stuff that you don't want to do, you're never going to get there. And so, look, I'm only talking to a small, tiny percentage of players right now that actually understand this, right? I mean, first of all, there's a small percentage of players who actually go, you know what, I want to get better, and so I'm willing to do the hard work. Okay, there's a small percentage of those guys out there, but there's even a smaller percentage of players who understand that the hard work is the stuff that they just don't want to do. And yet they find a way to discipline themselves to do it because they realize that's where the results happen. And look, is it a quick fix? Obviously not. I mean, hard work to me is defined by, man, this is delayed gratification at its finest. And if you go, okay, well, look, I'll take the bag of balls out there this afternoon, and you do it one time, and 10 minutes into it, you kind of go, God, this sucks. This is no fun. And you stop doing it because you're never going to get that result that you want. So I think one of the things that has really helped me over the past few years is embracing what is the stuff, writing down on a piece of paper, what are the things that I know I need to do, but man, it just looks like that's going to totally suck. I'm going to hate doing it. It's going to be no fun, but you know what? I'm embracing that list and going, okay, well, if I want to get this result, then that's it. That's it, man. I gotta check that list off every day, whatever it is. Hey, look, it might be something as simple as stretching, right? You know that, hey, you've got a certain body part that chronically gets injured that keeps you off the practice court. Maybe keeps you from getting through to that third or fourth round of the tournament because you keep re-injuring it, right? But you kind of know that, well, if I was to do certain kind of stretching, maybe stuff that's just stinking boring, right? But maybe if you were to do that every day on your own, set an alert in your phone, and just go for 20 minutes and do that stretch, whatever it is. For me, it's hamstring. I've chronically had a lower right back tweak. I don't know why. I don't care anymore why. It's there. A lot of it used to be mental, where I'd sort of in close matches kind of start stressing myself mentally, and that would work into some physical stress. And that's where my stress kind of gets held, is right there in the right side of my lower back. Well, I finally came to the realization that when I stretch out my hamstrings, and I mean really stretch them out, no fun, boring, but when I do that, it keeps that injury at bay. And so I just know that I have to do it. And it's not sexy, not glamorous, not it's all by myself. It's in the garage on a little pad there. The garage is hot. All right, I got a TV in there. I turn on the tennis channel. I figure, look, if I'm going to do the stretching, at least I can go watch some tennis in there. That's fine. But you got to write down a list of the things that habitually, and this would be one way to figure out what to write down the list, is what mistake do you keep making in matches? What shot choice? What stroke technique? What emotional reaction is a mistake that you keep making over and over and over again, even though you know what the right thing to do is? And that to me is the definition of insanity, right? Where you keep making the same old mistake over and over and expecting a different result only because you know what the right thing is. Just because you know it doesn't mean that you've now completely undone that lousy habit, which is all that bad mistakes are, or all that mistakes are that keep being repeated, are just bad habits. So great, you know what to do instead, but you're not doing the work to undo that, to replace that bad habit with something different, with something better. So yeah, yeah, you're not obsessed enough to want that result that you talk about to be able to do in that really boring, stinking, unsexy, no fun. Really? You got to get fired up to do it? Okay. All right. Well, whatever you have to do. But you got to get more obsessed. You got to get more insane. You got to be able to do and separate yourself from everybody else out there and do that kind of work. And when you do it and you believe in delayed gratification, that you don't know how long this habit's going to change to become a good habit. You don't know, but you do believe that if you keep working on habituating the right thing, even though it's boring, that you just keep doing it over and over and over again. You're obsessed. You're just completely consumed insanely of making sure that you create a new habit so that you stop making these same mistakes over and over again. And that to me is the only way of doing it, right? Great, we get epiphanies. All right, now I know what to do instead of that bad habit. Great. But that doesn't, because you get the big light bulb where you flipped on the light switch, boom, now it's clear, you've got clarity of what it is that you need to change. That's like 2% of the 100% of the ultimate habit changing thing. The 2% is great. You got to have the aha moment. But from there, man, that's when the dirty work starts. And now we get down to the tiny percent of players who will actually engage in the dirty work, get so obsessed, especially during those times when it just sucks. Just like, oh man, do I want to do this? okay, I'll do it. And you just do it because you just want to get it done for that day. And just, be able to check it off on the to-do list. So, but when you do it, delayed gratification eventually becomes that downhill freight train that you just can't stop. It's inevitable. It's going to happen, that result that you want. All right. There you have it. Hope this has been helpful today, guys. I think, what's the shirt say today? Oh, it just says, keep working. Just turn off all the excuse making and just keep working. And there you have it. All right, guys, look, any comments, any remarks, any questions, feedback down below in the comments area. I love to read what's on your mind and respond. And if you want to keep the conversation private, you're more than welcome to. Just shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com. We can do it that way as well. All right, guys, time for all of us to get out there, help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, see you again next time.